Hey guys, today we're going to be taking a look at the Able Carry Daybreaker 2. And like the previous version, this is a really lightweight and simple everyday carry bag that can also be used as a packable backpack. So pretty interesting overall. Able Carry has made some updates, which we're going to be talking about in this video. I'll also just talk about what it's been like to use this over the past couple of weeks. I'll show you how I've loaded it out, and I'll also talk about how it compares to some of the other similar bags that are currently on the market. Before jumping into the video, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Danny, and on this channel, we love reviewing popular travel and everyday carry gear. If you like these types of videos and you'd be interested in seeing more, please consider subscribing as it helps the channel out a lot. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and jump in. Starting off with the outside of the bag, the look here is largely unchanged. It still has the same modern, minimal vibe that Able Carry's bags are known for. It's got a little bit more of a technical feel just because there's some attachment points, some webbing, some handles, but it still doesn't feel overwhelmingly outdoorsy or technical, so it's going to blend into a variety of environments. If you want to use this for walking around the city or taking to a theme park or traveling, while still also working great in the outdoors. As far as the materials, the bag feels very solidly built. It's offered in a few different fabrics. The version that I have here, it's xpac, so it feels like it's going to hold up well to rougher usage while offering a ton of weather resistance. It really just feels like water bounces right off the fabric, and like everything that's going to be on the inside is well protected. You have that xpac sort of texture on the outside to give a little bit of a distinct look to the bag. And it also helps keep the weight of the bag a little bit lower. It comes in at under 2 pounds, so that's a big benefit if you are trying to save on weight. And beyond that, you also have some very nice aqua-guarded YKK zippers all throughout. Continuing along the outside of the bag, you have a couple of attachment points along the front that are going to be great for, clipping on accessories with a carabiner, so a hero clip, maybe a hand sanitizer, lights. And then on the side, you also have a pretty simple handle that's going to allow you to hold this kind of like in briefcase mode if you want to carry it indoors somewhere, or if you just don't want to wear it on your back. And you have a similar handle at the top, so this is a pretty thin but durable, almost seatbelt-like material. So again, just keeping things simple, lightweight, but without having any sort of sense that this is going to tear, so it still feels durable, reinforced. Along the bottom, you also have Able Carry's A-frame webbing, which helps the bag keep its shape even when it's a little bit emptier, so it doesn't sag into itself as much as other bags might when they're empty. You have the subtle Able Carry logo here at the bottom, and then you do have one external water bottle pocket. It's going to be able to hold a 20-ounce water bottle pretty comfortably. Currently what I have here is one of the newer water bottles that I've been using recently from LifeStraw, which has a built-in filter, so it gives me a little more peace of mind when I'm grabbing my water from more unknown sources. And so good amount of space here. It is a little bit shallower than I typically like to see, but you do have some elasticity, so if you happen to have a thicker bottle, it should kind of pop out to adjust for that. And I believe that there's a little bit of drainage here at the bottom as well, so if you happen to spill your water or you get caught in some rain, it should kind of come out down near the bottom. And because of this elasticity, when the pocket's not in use, it hugs the bag nicely. And then on this side, you have another handle on the side as well as another attachment point here. So, nice flexibility as far as what you can actually hold onto the bag on the outside. And then moving into the capacity, the bag comes in at about 25 liters, which is a really versatile size in my opinion. I was able to hold all the items that I normally like to carry with me, and I still had some leftover space. And I like that even when the bag is a little bit more packed out, it still manages to maintain pretty slim silhouette, which made it great for navigating crowded areas, jumping on a public transit, hiking, or carrying onto pretty much any domestic or international airline. Taking a look at the straps and the back paneling, so far the bag has been really comfortable to wear. I like how the straps have been implemented here. They have a pretty good amount of padding. It's not quite as robust as the padding that you might see on Able Carry's Max backpack or their daily backpack, but it's still enough padding, particularly for the size and weight of this bag. On the inside, you have a more breathable sort of fabric here, and then the straps have a nice width to help prevent the bag from digging into your shoulders when it's a little bit more packed out. On the straps, you also have an adjustable and removable sternum strap with a magnetic buckle that's going to help distribute the weight. Moving into the back paneling, this has also been pretty comfortable. This is an area that was updated from the previous version. It now has a little bit more robust padding here as well as some elevation, so you have an air channel in the middle and on the sides, which is going to help provide a little bit more breathability and ventilation while you're walking around. The previous version was just completely flat, so a nice improvement here. Might have been nice to see some of the same mesh that we see on the straps, but regardless, this is definitely a little more comfortable than the previous version, and it's great to have this elevation here. Jumping into the organizational options, the bag keeps things pretty simple. On the outside, you have one quick access pocket near one of the handles, and this has a well-protected zipper. It's not a huge pocket, it's just gonna be a great spot for those quick essentials that you need to grab while you're running around. And inside of this compartment, you actually have a lanyard with a carabiner, so it's gonna be a good spot to attach your keys or a multi-tool. Or in my case, what I have attached here is the Joey pouch from Able Carry, which I was excited to have a chance to test out. This is pretty cool as just a wallet. If you want a really minimalist and rugged wallet, it's got xpac fabric, just one main area with an internal divider. On the back, it's got a little slot. It feels really compact and slim, so you can put it into your pocket, but it has a little bit of a gusset as well on the bottom, so it can give you some extra capacity if needed. Can also work as just like a mini tech pouch. So a lot of uses for a little pouch like this, and then of course it has the loop on the end that pairs with the carabiner. And in here you also have enough space for something like a charger. So I currently have a lightning cable and a power brick to charge my phone. Could also be a good spot to store something like your sunglasses. So really simple, but very easy to get to when you need the items from this compartment. And then beyond that, you have the main compartment. And this has been updated a little bit. The previous version had kind of a bucket style opening, whereas now you have not quite a full clamshell, but the zipper goes down about 3/4, so you still have more visibility into the full volume of the bag, as it is fairly deep and tall. And at 25 liters of space, you can hold an impressive amount, and because of the simpler layout, it works well for bulkier items. So diving in, what I have here is my DJI Mavic Mini with its hard shell case. I have my Beat Studio wireless headphones. I have the Evergood Civic Access Pouch 1 liter and the 2 liters, just to kind of showcase how much this can actually hold. I wouldn't necessarily have both of these on a hike or anything like that. And then I have a packable rain jacket down there near the bottom. Now with the compartment empty, you can get a better look at the inside. This does come up a decent amount, so if I wanted to use this for minimal travel, I would be able to toss in my larger compressible packing cube, a DOP kit, and an extra pair of shoes and be able to use this for a weekend trip. And then on the side, you have a new slip pocket that's gonna be a good spot for anything that you don't want falling down into the main area. This could be a secondary water bottle pocket, could be good for an umbrella, a tripod. In my case, I actually just have a deck of playing cards. And then on the back, you have a slip pocket that is gonna pair primarily with a water bladder. This doesn't have any sort of padding. Even on Able Carry's site, they recommend that you pair this with a protective sleeve if you wanna carry a laptop. So there's no padding here. It's not really suspended off the bottom of the ground. It's maybe pulled up a little bit, but it's not gonna offer a ton of protection. It does have some elasticity, so you have a good amount of space. You can probably slip a 15 or 16 inch laptop into there if you need to. Currently what I have is a 13 inch MacBook Air. And so now with the compartment empty, you can get a better look at the inside. No sort of fleece lining or anything like that. A little bit of elasticity here. Again, it's gonna pair very well with a water bladder, or it's gonna give you enough space to put your laptop in a case if you wanna have a little bit more protection. Above that, you have a couple of zippered pockets. The one at the top is gonna be where you can access the foam frame sheet. It's not really a frame sheet per se. This kind of provides some of the padding for the back of the bag. You can remove that if you want to. You have a little loop here at the top, before I forget, where you could thread a hydration bladder nozzle through. And then you also have this sort of hidden compartment. The original version had something like this, so this one is a little more functional. You actually have a decent amount of space here for anything more sensitive that you want to store. If you have, an air tag, your wallet, which is what I currently have here. I have my Air card holder, your passport, other documentation, just things that you don't want as easily accessible. You can toss those in there. And then at the top on the lid, you have one more mesh zippered pocket. Able Carry uses this really rugged, nice mesh. It's got a little bit of flex and elasticity to it. And so it reminds me a little bit of some of the quick access pockets on the Evergood CHZ series. So good amount of volume and space. Currently what I have here is my sunglasses case. These are my Randolph sunglasses. So it's a little bit of a bigger case, which is why I placed it in there. And then I also tossed in a headlamp. And now with the bag a little bit emptier, I can showcase just the packability of this bag. That was one of the things I liked about the original, was how flat it managed to get and how lightweight it is. This one has a little bit more kind of bulk with the padding and the straps that's been included here, but when it's empty, it can still get really, really tight. So I could definitely toss this into a larger travel bag or even a suitcase, and then have a pretty capable daily bag for when I arrive at my destination. So kind of a nice bonus there as far as the functionality. And in general, you know, just a really well-built bag, very simple layout, but it offers a good amount of space. And if you're looking for a highly weather-resistant and lightweight bag that you can use for your EDC or to take into the outdoors, then this is gonna be a really great option to take a look at. And so to wrap up, it's been a pretty good experience testing out the Daybreaker 2 over the past couple of weeks. You can currently purchase this on the company's site for about $125, which is definitely a bit of an investment. You are getting a versatile and well-built bag, but there's also going to be some other great bags in this price range that may be worth considering. And so as I was testing this out, the first bag this made me think of is Able Carry's Daily Backpack. They recently released the Plus version of the Daily, which I haven't had a chance to test out. I'm really hoping to, as it looks like a great update from the original version, which is still available. And I really love the simplicity of that bag. One of the biggest differences is that it does incorporate a more proper laptop compartment, which, you know, I really like, as I tend to have a laptop with me when I'm using a backpack. It also just has a little bit more as far as organization and a much more comfortable harness system. The straps and back panel on that are really robust and fantastic. It's also available in xpac, so it's going to give you the same level of weather resistance. And you know, if you like Able Carry's aesthetic and you're looking for something that's going to give you just a little bit more comfort and laptop protection, then that's going to be a fantastic option to take a look at. The next bag this made me think of is the Evergood CHZ22, which, like this one, has a pretty simple layout and seems to be a little more geared towards the outdoors. It's a very comfortable bag. It has Evergood's new breathable back panel. It actually does incorporate a proper suspended and padded laptop compartment, but beyond that, they're pretty similar as far as their layout and their aesthetic. The CHZ also has the 2 external water bottle pockets, which are fantastic. It isn't available in xpac as of this moment, so it does feel like this one is going to provide a little bit more weather resistance, and it's also going to be lighter. So if you don't need to carry a laptop and you just want to get something really lightweight or more packable, then this may be the one to consider. But if you do like to have that extra bit of versatility with the water bottle pockets and the laptop compartment, you're looking for something with this type of a vibe, that's going to be a great one to take a look at. Another bag this made me think of is the Matador Beast 28, which is one of my favorite packable bags. It's got a pretty technical vibe. It's got attachment points to hold hiking poles. It's got a breathable and comfortable back panel and straps, removable waist belt. As a packable bag, it definitely doesn't have the same level of structure than this bag has. So it's a more traditional packable bag. You can kind of fold it up and it doesn't take up a ton of space. It's going to be really lightweight and weather resistant. It's got a pretty good organizational layout, 2 water bottle pockets. And so if you're looking for something that's a little more packable than this, that's still going to provide a good amount of comfort and weather resistance, and that's going to be a fantastic option to consider. And then the last option that I'll mention here is the REI Ruck Pack 28, which is a really solid kind of hiking and outdoor bag. The harness on that is going to be a little bit more robust than this, particularly on the back panel. It has a lot of breathability. At 28 liters, it's going to have maybe just a little bit more capacity. It also has some additional organizational options. And so, just a very similar aesthetic. I feel like the build quality on this Able Carry bag is a little bit stronger, the xpac and the YKK zippers, but the REI Ruck Pack is no slouch as far as the quality. It's still going to be a reliable bag that comes in at a pretty similar price point. It's going to give you a little bit more space, and if you want something with a more robust harness system, then that's going to be a great option to take a look at. With that being said, the Able Carry Daybreaker holds up pretty well against all those options, and if you're looking for a very lightweight and simple EDC bag that's going to offer plenty of capacity and a lot of weather resistance, this is going to be a solid option to take a look at. And I'm definitely curious to hear what you think of the updates that Able Carry has made to the Daybreaker 2 and how it compares to some of the other EDC and outdoor focused bags that are currently on the market. And if there's any similar options that you think I should check out, as always, please let me know in the comments. And I want to thank the company again for sending the bag for me to test out, and to you guys for watching and supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like, and if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any upcoming videos, and we'll see you in the next one.